All right, let's dive right into something that's really changing the game when it comes to blood sugar health. We're going to be looking at some brand new science that points to a hidden factor most of us have never even heard of. So stick with me because this is pretty fascinating. You ever just look at someone and wonder how they do it? They can eat carbs, they can have dessert, and their energy and health just seem fine. Meanwhile, maybe you're doing everything right and still feel like you're fighting an uphill battle. It's frustrating, right? Well, it turns out the answer isn't what you might think. And here's the most important thing I want you to hear. This is not your fault. It's not about having more willpower or being more disciplined. New research out of Harvard is showing that for a lot of us, the real difference comes down to a specific biological function that's either working for you or against you. So let's get into the real culprit here. Research from Johns Hopkins University has zeroed in on something they call the blood sugar drain. Honestly, this concept completely reframes the entire conversation about blood sugar.
So how's it supposed to work? Well, it's actually a really simple, elegant two-step process. Just think of it like this. Your insulin acts like a little taxi service. It picks up extra sugar from your blood and gives it a ride over to your kidneys. Then, the blood sugar drain in your kidneys does its job. It just flushes that excess sugar right out of your body through your urine. Easy, right? When it's working, it's a fantastic system.
But here's where the problem comes in. Just like the drain in your kitchen sink, this one can get clogged. And when that happens, everything backs up. The whole system grinds to a halt. And what's causing the clog? Researchers have identified this gunk. They describe it as a sticky gray protein. When this stuff builds up, it literally blocks the drain. So all that sugar that your insulin worked so hard to get rid of, it has nowhere to go. It just gets turned around and sent right back into your bloodstream. Now, you might be thinking this is some rare condition, but get this. The research suggests that a full 50%, that's 1 out of every 2 Americans, has this clog happening inside their body. So if you've been struggling, you are definitely not alone. This is an incredibly widespread issue. Okay, so that's the problem. But the great thing about science is that once you identify the real problem, you can find the real solution. And this is where things get really exciting. Scientists have discovered a specific natural ingredient that actually targets this clog. And that discovery has led to this, a new formula called glucoberry cap. What makes it so special is that it's the very first supplement of its kind designed specifically to support a healthy, clear blood sugar drain. It goes right to the source of the problem. The absolute star of the show here is maki berry extract. This little berry is a powerhouse. Studies have shown it can actually help dissolve that sticky gray protein that's clogging up the drain. Not only that, but it also helps lower those frustrating blood sugar spikes after you eat, and even improves your long-term blood sugar markers. And we're not talking about a tiny change. One study showed a 23% improvement in those long-term markers with daily maki berry extract. I mean, think about that. That is a really significant, measurable difference. But glucoberry isn't just a one-trick pony. It's a whole formula designed by a doctor with a supporting cast of ingredients that all work together to get the job done. First up in that supporting cast, you've got chromium and biotin. And there's some really cool research from Yale University showing that this specific pair works together to give your body's natural insulin response some serious support. So let's go back to our analogy, right? If the maki berry is the plumber clearing the drain, think of chromium and biotin as the dispatchers for the taxi service, making sure your insulin is working super efficiently to get that sugar to the kidneys in the first place. And the final key player in the formula is gymnema leaf. And what's really important here is that glucoberry includes it at the exact same dosage that was proven to be effective in clinical studies. No cutting corners. So what does it do? Well, its job is to provide really impressive support for your long-term blood sugar balance. Specifically, it's been shown to have a fantastic effect on hemoglobin A1C, which, as you probably know, is one of the most important markers for your overall blood sugar health. So we've gone over the science, we've looked at the ingredients. Now let's talk about how you can actually try this out. The creators of Glucoberry have put together a pretty amazing offer to make it completely risk-free for you to see if this is the answer you've been looking for. Okay, so here's a look at the pricing. You can grab 1 bottle, of course, but since this is about supporting your body over time, they've made the 3 and 6 bottle packages a much better deal. You get a big discount per bottle, and you also get free shipping, which is always nice.
But honestly, this is the part that really stands out. They give you a full 180 days to try it. That's 6 months. That's not your typical 30-day guarantee where you feel rushed. This gives your body plenty of time to really feel the benefits. And check out their empty bottle guarantee. Let me just read this to you. Try out glucoberry for 6 months. You either love what it does for your blood sugar or will refund 100% of your purchase price, even if you've used up your whole supply. I mean, wow, that shows you how confident they are. You can literally use every single capsule, and if you're not happy, you get your money back. There's zero risk.
So, I guess the only question left is, are you ready to finally try something new? Something that supports your body's natural ability to just flush away excess sugar and keep things flowing smoothly. If you want to learn more, or if you're ready to take advantage of that special pricing and the incredible 180-day guarantee, the best place to do it is on the official website. To make it super easy for you, I've put a direct link right in the description below. Just click that link and it'll take you right where you need to go. Thanks so much for tuning in.